Hey y'all, I'm standing here with Charlie Andrews, the president of the Azalea Society of America. This swarm up here is really special. So what makes this swarm special here at the Gregory Bald?
Well, Gregory Bald is a world famous swarm of hybrid native azaleas. And these azaleas, we don't know how they got there, whether they are natural or whether someone perhaps many centuries ago brought some azaleas up here, but we've determined now that primarily they are three species. They are the Cumberland azalea, they are the swamp azalea, and they're also the smooth azalea, and they seem to have hybridized up here. The primary azalea up here is the Cumberland azalea, which is Cumberland dense, rhododendron Cumberland dense. And so most of these up here have an orange or red-orange tint to them. But then they seem to have then hybridized with the sweet azalea, which is arborescens, and then also the swamp azalea, which is viscosum. And then that gives them the colors of the pinks and also the whites, and then it gives them fragrance, the fragrance of those two others that are there. And it's just a magnificent display that you see here. For example, the pinks, but there's also the yellows, and then there's the stripes and the multicolors. This is an amazing display that you see here.
I've never seen anything like it. I'm sort of geeking out already. You know I'm a maple person, but the azaleas have been speaking to me, and I'm becoming more and more in that azalea fashion too, because these blooms are just spectacular. And these native plants, they're drought resistant. They're easy to grow if you've got good drainage, right?
Yes, that's right.
And organic matter. I guess that's really the main thing for a lot of these plants is good drainage and organic matter, right?
They really only need a few things. They need acid soil, they need moisture, and they need some sunlight. Most people plant them in too much shade, but they all need a little bit of sunlight. You see that we've got sunlight here, and that's the three ingredients for successfully growing native azaleas.
This swarm is spectacular. We're gonna run around and sort of hit up some of the ones that me and Wesley think are just amazing. Is there any ones in here that you think we need to get on camera for sure today on the extra special azaleas?
Well, most of them are at this east end right here. We'll look and see, and we'll look around and we'll see which ones we can find.
All right, sounds good.
All right.
Hey guys, we're here on the Gregory Bald, walking around checking out the azaleas. There's all kinds of oranges and reds everywhere, and you just see the dappled pinks here and there. And this one is one that caught our eye for being a really nice pink color. And when we got up closer to it, we saw that the edges of the petals were actually a pink with a white stripe in the middle, and then a nice yellow-orange blotch on the top of it. And man, it is just absolutely beautiful. Hey guys, so again, walking through Gregory Bald, and just all I know to say is just look at this red. I mean, this is one of the brightest reds that we've seen thus far. And as far as we're being told, it's only going to get better and better with colors and brighter reds and brighter oranges. So let's see what happens.
Up here at the Gregory Bald, and we see this amazing pink with a yellow splotch and some striping on it. This is just such a soft feel out here with a lot going on this bloom. There's not much of this azalea left here in this place. That's why we came in here, because it's in between two other looks to be some Cumberland dense or Cumberland dense hybrids on the sides of us. But this thing is simply amazing. This cream on pink with the pink stamens make this thing such an awesome, awesome bloom on this. Now, this thing's pretty fragrant. I just sniffed it just a second ago. And a lot of these up here are. And that may be because they may be hybrids with that arborescence. They may be hybrids with some of these azaleas that have that extremely strong fragrance out here. And a lot of this, you really wouldn't know which hybrids they were hybridized with, because at this point, it's hard to tell unless you did genetics. Now, the really cool thing about these things, though, is that some of these are now hybrids with hybrids. And so they can be very complex hybrids up here at Gregory Bald. And you get a lot of unique things that look like this. That's the beauty of the swarm here at Gregory Bald. It's special, unique, and it's something that's one of a kind.
Hey guys, we really hope you've been enjoying all these latest videos of our hike to Gregory Bald. It was a pretty epic adventure, you know, seeing all these beautiful native azaleas up there. And the cool thing is here at MrMaple.com, we've got some of those plants here available for you to plant in your garden.
So you can actually go to MrMaple.com and support the channel that's working so hard on putting this video together, on going on this hike, and create something similar in your garden. So we've got Rhododendron Cumberland dense, the Cumberland azalea. We've got Rhododendron arborescens, the sweet azalea, which he's got here, and then Viscosum, which is one of the other sweet azaleas. And these hybridize backwards and forwards like crazy, just like you're seeing at the Gregory Bald.
I mean, some of the color changes and variation that you'll find up there is just absolutely amazing. So imagine being able to kind of replicate that in your garden at home or somewhere in your landscape there. I think it's just a really cool idea to be able to take these from the nursery into your garden. It's going to be awesome.
And you can also get it even crazier with if you want, because we offer not just these native azaleas, but lots of other varieties of azaleas on MrMaple.com. So you can go and create your own combination of plants that could possibly hybridize together. We know these three hybridize really regularly because of they're all three diploids. That gets a little technical, but they can cross-pollinate each other really well. A lot of our other azaleas can as well, and you can start your own azalea garden that can look like this amazing mountaintop at the Gregory Bald. And you can have this crazy breeding happening, or you can just enjoy the beautiful blooms that are already there.
But check out our amazing variety of azaleas at MrMaple.com.
So I was talking to Charlie down there at Red GB, and I skirted off looking for some shades. We're about 50 feet up from that, and we found this beautiful yellow.
Yeah, we actually just turned our hats backwards. We're extra cool right now. There's so much shade coming in on our faces. We figured it'd be a little bit better view if we turned it backwards. But this one is just a really nice butter yellow. And the crazy thing about this is a Cumberland dense hybrid. It clearly has some of that Cumberland Azalea in it. Especially the Azalea experts out here even confirmed that with me. And we just don't know exactly what it's hybridized with. But this one is just a nice butter yellow. Probably the best pale yellow we've seen out here today of just being a pure yellow. You know, we saw that one that really had that red stamens to it, which made it really special. This one is the best pure yellow that I think we've seen out here today. And Matt, you did a great job spotting this.
Just caught the eye. We wanted to get up here and get it on camera for a second. Hey, and sometimes I wear my hat backward because I'm that cool. Tim might do it for the sun, but I do it because I'm cool.
So we're out here on Gregory Bald, and we see a lot of orange Cumberland dense, the Cumberland Azalea, out here on the Gregory Bald. That's one of the more prominent oranges that you see around this bald. And this is one of those things that just has extra vibrance to it. It's a little more neon orange than some of the others. And so it stood out to us as something that's really unique. It also has a little bit darker foliage than some of the plants beside it that have a little bit lighter foliage, which make this bloom appear even brighter. Often, whenever you look at a plant's color, you're looking at the color of the bloom and the color of the foliage, and that contrast is what piques your eye. That may be part of the effect on this, of why this Cumberland Azalea looks a little bit brighter, is that it has much darker foliage. But this one just really has a really just vibrant color out here. Guys, we're here at a plant called Red GB. This isn't a tree that's been propagated or anything with that name on it, but this is one that the president of the Azalea Society of America has said is one of the best reds out here. So the Cumberland Azalea, rhododendron cumberlandense. this is probably the basis for a lot of these hybrids we've seen here at the Gregory Bald. Most of the time when these swarms happen, that Cumberland dents, from what I've heard from the experts, isn't involved in the swarm of hybrids. That's really what's making everything so special here at the Gregory Bald, is you've got viscosum, arborescens. You've got, some people even said there might have been some bakerii in here. And then you've got Cumberland dents. And those are all diploids that hybridize back and forth with each other. And that Cumberland azalea is what we're seeing so prevalent through all these oranges as a base for hybridizing with viscosum, arborescens, the swamp azalea, the sweet azalea, and then possibly even bakerii. I mean, it's so amazing to see such a crazy combination all across this bald, and amazing to see all these oranges, and then mixed in with all these hybrids of pinks, yellows, bicolors.
I love getting in the oranges too. Like, you get in this section and you got that blue sky and the blue mountains behind it, and I mean, you've got fire on the mountain. Like, it's got that glow to it, that orange glow. You can just see the Blue Ridge Mountains in the distance behind that orange, and the color contrast to the eye, especially with some of these orange areas where they're concentrated orange. It's so dense, it's so bright. I mean, it is definitely fire on the mountain.
I think I saw so much of the calendulaceum at all the other places we went to, and seeing the Cumberland dents, it's similar, but the fact that it hybridizes with these others makes this place amazing. I mean, you just start seeing so much variance in the Cumberland azalea and these hybrids that...
Oh, you see a ton of different colors just in these different shades of orange.
Yeah, and there's no other place quite like this. And that's what makes the Gregory Bald so special. Such a fun place to come to, such a fun place to come take photos. I mean, you turn from right here...
There's no bad scenes.
No.
I mean, it's insane.
Everywhere you turn is a picture-perfect place.
You know, it's pretty special. Brian being from Oklahoma, he's here. This is his first trip here. I'm almost like ashamed. Like, I've lived here my whole life, and I haven't even been here before to this. This is insane.
I didn't know about it. And as soon as we started getting into native azaleas, that's when this opened up to me. And I started talking to other people, and they're like, yeah, that's a bucket list hike. Whenever you're hiking and they're in full bloom, like they are right now, they're like, that's a once in a lifetime experience that you just have to do. I've had such a fun experience, not just because the Azalea Society was here. It was really cool to have the experts here and talking to them about a lot of the plants. Super cool. But just this overall experience of seeing these azaleas growing in the wild, again, God's creation out here in the wild, that's just showing off a full display unlike anything else.
Definitely join the Azalea Society, by the way, too. It's something we're going to start being a part of. Knowledgeable, passionate people that know a lot about this, and they're willing to talk about it. It's just amazing. We've not only experienced this, but also experienced it with experts beyond our realm of knowledge that we get to talk to. So it's been so much fun today.
Yeah, I don't think this day could have gone any better.
I think we need to go get some more shots over there of some of that scenery. And I think I hear a hot tub calling my name after that.
Sounds good.